All right, here we are. We're fishing live on the Potomac River tonight. Let's see if we can get some flatheads. Enjoy the video footage. We're setting up rods and stuff now.
There you go. Stick it in the chair.
Oh, nice cold beer.
I'll wait until the mosquito starts biting, then I'll spray them.
Yeah, I know. We might be lucky in there. It might not be in there. I'll take that. All I can tell you, well, Mom just paid her rent. She'll find out if $50 going on. Mostly.
Yeah.
We all will. When I see the office door, the words on the office end, gone, what's that tell me? Well, don't that tell me something?
Yeah, it ain't there no more.
Well, the office ain't.
Yeah, that don't mean he's not.
Well,
Yeah.
people who work in the office are probably not there anymore. Because you had 4 people in there. I don't think anybody's got none now. Ah. That's why I missed them last night.
Right.
Because the hook was covered up with stuff.
Boy. Way over here.
Can't have that problem. Back legs like that. Big bird in there. How many you have? 2. Come on, now. Put 3 on here. Something out in.
Huh.
You know, inside.
Holy shit.
If this comes off, that's okay.
Guess what?
What? Line broke.
I tell you, a bunch of damn ass mosquitoes. You get my fish.
Yeah, whatever it was hooked on, Danny.
Not ready.
All right. Well, first one was hooked up on something out there.
Is it?
Was, because I bent the swivel. I got my sinkers back, but didn't get nothing else.
All right, you little moron. Come and get it.
Now, now we got to redo line. Hook side anyway.
I'm biting these plates. I'm biting on my ears and my neck. Well, the smell will keep away.
Look at that. Yeah, I failed to bring something to cut the line. Last time was the same way. Boy, didn't we fail to bring something last time to cut the string?
I got knives.
Yeah, well, yeah, we're gonna have to. I have to cut string so I can restart, so I can redo this.
Yeah, this could be a little quicker.
I had a pair of toenail clippers. The problem was they fell apart.
Good knife you got.
Right. Are you surprised that I caught it that easily?
Hey, at least this stuff ain't sticky. This doggone bug spray I got, it's so damn old, Bob, the can rust. The one that leaks out.
Yeah.
When you spray on your arm, that's just stickier than hell.
I'm gonna put a big hook on it. How big? I don't know if I ought to have one on 8-aught or not on there. I want a nice sharp one. Yeah. There you go. Much better. You're sharper.
It's too shallow up here for my boat, ain't it?
How deep? Well, no. For the one you got?
Yeah.
No. Why would you say it's shallow? Too shallow. What's How deep does it supposed to run? How deep is it supposed to run? What does it draft?
Huh?
What does it draft?
I don't know.
How big a motor?
115.
Then it'll work here. If you take your time at it, it'll work here. If my Carolina skip works here, yours will work here. Right?
Yeah.
Alright, now we can put a sunfish on. And hopefully we don't get snagged up. Oh, is it long enough? Let's shorten that up.
That guy's got lights all the way around that boat.
Yeah, that's one of them boat fishing boats.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, you can buy them like that. And the worst part is they tell you you're not supposed to navigate with them on.
You hear him?
What do you say?
He said, you see that flathead?
Where?
Yeah, them guys in the boat.
In the water?
That one guy said, you see it a flathead?
Yeah. I'd guess that where they are. Wonder how big it was. In this body of water section of the Potomac, you'll get great big ones. Here's the thing, boat fishing has the same limit if you're riding reel fishing.
Does it?
Yes, what I was told. I was told that by information when I looked it up, just for curiosity, Danny, because I didn't want to.
Where they can feel with them lights. He said, there's a big one. Yeah, but they're going home. They're going on down the river, I guess.
I can guarantee you one thing. They're going way down river on the Virginia side.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but you saw that flathead out in the middle.
Yep.
Yeah. What do you think? Said something about holy shit, he said.
I know.
Something about a big flathead.
Uh-huh.
There are some huge ones. Okay. Right. No watchers, no takers, but that's all right. We've been on 14 minutes. We don't care. You know, people will eventually watch. Whoop. He hit something. Did you hear him?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. You can guarantee he hit something. Oh well. You learn the hard way going down Virginia side, people. Never go down that side of the river. Never. That's why I use my chair, Danny, for rod holders up here.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't have rod holders that big. If I can make some, yes. Like what Catfish Cindy has on hers. She made her own rod holders, but I like the ones on the angle. See, hers I got them set them straight up like this, Danny. Just to go real flexible tips on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's not my keel of fishing, but sometimes you don't always catch your fish that way. A guy named Everett, he fishes, and same way with him. Yeah, rod holders stick way up like that. I can't do that. Never. If I make rod holders, mine are gonna be on angles.
Oh yeah.
Like you are on boats.
Yep.
If I have to make rod holders like that, I'll get you to make them out of wood, and we actually poke them and buy those things that go in them. Could you cut the angle out like this to where it's angled?
Yeah.
In the wood,
Yeah.
off center the circle.
Yeah.
Unless we get the ones that are angled, because they do make them angled. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that set into the fiberglass.
Yeah.
There is some that are angled, right?
Oh yeah.
Those we can get, but
There's boat shop or Cabela's.
well, I don't care what the price is if we have to buy something like that just to have, make our own rod holders like that. Just for catfishing. Anywhere along shore. I ought to take you up to that place where them rods are. There's rods like that.
Okay.
Like the ones I have.
Oh, what about like that one there?
Yeah, well, yeah, I know where they are. They got them up at Royal Kings.
Yeah, that's why I got that.
Right. Like this, I know about the flexible tips like I got.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Not a stiff one, but it don't matter.
Yeah, we used all right gear for rock fishing.
I think some people use these things where you put holes in for pucks for when you're golfing.
Yeah.
That hole digger.
Yeah.
Some people use them along creek banks, don't they? It's way more here tonight than it was last night.
But people,
You would expect this. People are taking advantage of camping and so forth.
oh yeah. Yep.
on. Do it. Damn it, I missed it. I didn't wait. I didn't wait. He's still here.
Yeah.
Somebody used anyway. Man, that was a good bite. That was a flathead. I just put that bait out there, man.
I know.
Back. Man. I just put that out there too. Oh, man, that didn't wait. Got overexcited. Didn't wait. Man. Didn't take long for that flathead to find it.
Nope.
Either that was a big channel cat. Now you know which one find them. There's bullhead channels. Ones that you and I caught.
Yep.
Up at the aqueduct. Must be a log out there or something, Danny. Something sharp right out in front of us now. It wasn't before, but it is now.
Oh, okay.
Unless it revealed itself with all this heavy rain that we got early in the year. I come down here one year, there was a, come on. Take a guess what was in the water halfway down that way.
Three.
A tree doesn't come close to this.
Oh no.
A 1500 Dodge Ram pickup truck.
What?
Yes,
In the river.
yes. The guy said it came down river somewhere,
Holy yeah.
upstream. He said, we'll have it removed. Next time he came here, it was gone. And it was in the water a while, Danny.
Huh.
Yep. Hear the fish out there jump?
Uh-huh. They don't have the ferry boat no more, do they?
Not yet. They've been trying to get it open. Somebody's been trying to fight.
Huh.
They're trying to fight with the community to get it open. Well, it's because Virginia side don't want to honor no contract.
Oh.
So the people who own the store, Congress did step in, but now Congress just walked away, as you expect. Because they said the ferry helped Poolsville, and it's
Yeah.
business, big time. What happens is there's a contract needs to be created at every 5 years for life. That the rate goes up a quarter.
Mm-hmm.
They need to make it a lifetime contract. No matter who owns it.
I remember that one year they was having that reenactment, and the good guys was, let's see, what was that one? I forget where they were. I was over there and I told the other guys where they were. You're not supposed to do that, sir. I said, well, I'm letting them know ahead.
Yeah.
Well, you're not supposed to do that.
Would you tell him?
I said, oh, well. So he's down there fishing right at the boat down.
Yeah.
That was the last time we did.
Yeah, if you want to set the rods on the back of your seat like that, sit back there on the bucket, I don't care.
I can watch it.
Now you noticed I didn't check that one, even though I didn't pull at it. I'll give it about 10 minutes and I'll look at it. Last time I had one do that, when I checked it, the bait was still there. So, and oh, here he is. He's back. Somebody is. Now I'm just going to leave the title as it is on my channel as Robert May, and I'm just going to write where I'm fishing at. That's it. Somehow I know maybe I can enhance video footage on my channel.
Well, I see this bug spray don't keep them black bugs off.
One thing about flatheads, they can grow aggressively, just like blue cats.
Mm-hmm.
But they only eat certain times of the year anyway. But when water's low like this, boy, that makes prime fishing for them.
Well, how far you can walk out?
I don't know. I'm not taking any chances. It's 6, 7 feet of water when it's low. Going that way. That's why I like using chairs as stakes. The rod holder. See if anybody's on here. No watchers yet. Top fans. Let me call Harry. See if he can get on. All right. Yeah. Let's see if Harry will answer. Okay. Now we're back live. Share it to Larry. All right, Mr. Larry, if you're on, oh, very good, Larry. Outstanding. Outstanding, Larry. Send me a comment, Larry. Better check my bait, huh, Danny, after all that bite earlier?
Mm-hmm.
There he was on there.
Feel like,
Huh?
does it feel like you got any bait on it?
Any bait? I don't know.
Usually when you crank it in, you can tell if you got your bait or not.
Right. I know that. Apparently no. Well, I don't know, but we're going to find out. Yeah, he's still in. Well, but is he alive, though, is the question. Yeah, he's alive. huge calf. Well, let's see what we got on. Hey, how's the water temperature? Warm. Water temperature warm, Larry. Yep, your number one fan, Larry. You like it? Spread the word, Larry. Pass it around so everybody can get on when I'm on. I really want this channel to go really far. Yes, Mr. Bluegill. Ooh, look at the right rod got a bite now. Well, let me see what happened to him. Yesterday we didn't get none till this time of night, 9:30. 9:30, 10 o'clock, Danny's when they started biting the flatheads. And every time that you and I've gone fishing, what time do we catch flatheads? 10 o'clock and later.
Yeah, something like that.
Then they say it's $85 a night to rent that spot out.
What, up here?
Yeah, that's what I was told. But they say it's so.
Come on, take it.
What's that? You got a bite?
Yeah, I'm watching the view. That's it, come on. do none of that picnicking shit. That's for the little bitty ones.
I went and as I went up Royal Road with Uncle Rick, I had him. Whoa, wait a minute. I said, stop. What? Look at that. Pull over. Why, that's another oxygen settling tank. Sure was. Whole entire complete one laying there along the road. I loaded it up, put it in the back of his car, took the gauges that went with it.
I'll be damned.
And took the copper wire, everything. Buddy, if you're camping out, that's a long ass walk. Help yourself, fellas. No way in hell I'm walking back there. Otherwise, they would be right out here. I look at it like this, Danny. What bait we don't use live, we use this.
Yeah.
They're setting up camp.
Uh-huh.
They're setting up camp over there. I don't care. This area sometimes gets very popular. You know, other times there's no one here. The weeds are taller than you and me. I mean, the water's low, Danny, people are fishing. But when the water was high last year, nobody here. Not even a skeleton crew. That's bad. Because even creek chubs, Danny, wasn't doing nothing yesterday.
Huh.
Brand new ones. Nope. I had it out there in half an hour, not even a nibble.
Damn.
Chicken liver. Nope, didn't want it. Live bluegill, flathead took it. I just want to make sure that the live channel worked. Anybody on it? It's all right.
Come on, take it. Shit.
Oh yeah, I saw that on that sunfish, wasn't it?
Uh-huh. Come on. I guess that's all you're going to do. Just kibble with it.
Who knows? A lot of people fishing without real lights. Here's the problem. If game wardens went back to their old rules, they would make sure they have lights. You can't fish with a little light because they're going to think you don't have fishing license. They're not dumb. They're going to make us look stupid. You know that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, take a look at this man. I need to check the bait on this one. One? Oh, it's there. It's alive. Come on. Come on, you dumb jerk. Yeah. It's still alive. Burning. Get down and good that time. You need to quit holding. That dog gonna put you quick around.
Let's see if my brother's active. You can hear them out there jumping.
Yeah, I know.
You hear people throwing lines out of here next to the dock. But they're putting out tiny lights. Well, here's the thing. All the ones that were doing that, Danny, did you know they didn't catch a single fish? Yep, but nothing was biting, Danny. Nothing. But out here at this tip point, the one guy got a carp right there, small one of worms, 10 pounder, and he got a bluegill, that's it. But when he saw this big channel cat, this big catfish, their eyeballs got like this. Yeah, big. You know. We were far enough off the road, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I just wanted to make sure.
Yep.
Because if we didn't get this spot, Danny, then people right there would have had it. Hey,
Come on.
is the other one biting? I saw something on the end of that rod. The one that's on the bucket.
Yep.
Was it biting?
Yeah, you got hit.
I thought I saw it hit. When are you going to check that one there that was biting all that time?
This one?
Yeah.
I knew he didn't get the bait yet.
Oh, wasn't biting hard enough, huh?
Nope. Robert?
Yeah. I see, Danny. Come on. Oh, that's a big bastard. Come on. Anybody can say that was a true hit. Can't it? What? They can't say that wasn't a hit. That was a nice blow. And Paul said that's one of his rods, but he said JR's rods. But JR ain't going to care. But he said the only rod he prefers is that purple one. He said he ain't worried about the others. You know, why? I said, you guys ain't using them? No, why not? I don't know. If you guys bought them, you turn around and don't even want them. You know. Well, it's all right. It's kids in their, two young men in their 30s doing whatever. Man, that was a big bite. I'm waiting for him to come back. Mike, you know, I'll wait on you. I don't care. Come on. Well, here's the thing, Danny. A lot of people who fish don't fish like me. They don't use the kind of tackle I use.
Oh, I know.
And they can't cast as far as some of us can. They said, like, that's surf fishing. I said, I don't need surf rods for out here. Not when I can cast out there. I said, I take 12-foot pole and cast just as far as I can with a 7.5-foot one with the right reel setup.
Mm-hmm.
You see how far that bait caster goes?
Oh, yeah.
They cast just as far as it's been cast.
Yep.
I got another bait caster just like this one, Danny. Another Pen 309. I bought it online. I didn't buy a reel for it yet, a rod for it yet. Because if I bought a rod for it, I would put 3 out.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
That's what I want to get for that one there. For that one.
What's that?
One of them reels for that one.
I ordered one online, I did. Old school reels like that.
Uh-huh.
You like them kind of old school ones?
Yeah.
They work great, believe it or not. Cast far. Harry told me to use it. I took it off one of the poles. I said I wasn't using the poles. Harry said, I ain't worried about the reel. Just use the poles. He said, the reel. Just use the poles. Take the poles. He said, you can't get no more. But he said the reels, being that's a Japanese reel, it's what they call a crossover or a replica of the Pen 309.
Mm-hmm.
You can use it. He said, even though they're rare. And you can see it looks identically the same as a Pen 309, but it's a Japanese version that they don't even make no more. Totally discontinued in Japan. And that was probably made during the 70s. When they started doing international trading then. They got big in trading over there during Vietnam. Hong Kong areas and like that.
Yeah.
Yep. Man, that was a big hit too. I wonder what ran into that carp maybe. That was something big.
Yep.
Darn one of them dragonflies come back and smack me in the nose. You tell that's what it looked like. Or a one of those. Yeah, big one. Female. That's possible, but
Like this, walk down along the edge. Rock and all.
right.
Don't mind them, they'll go like black work. Start rocking, come out on the shore.
Right. Take a look at your sunfish. The one there that was biting on. See what's left of it. See how bad they worked it over.
Still on it, I know that.
Was that one alive?
No, it's one together.
Didn't hurt it?
Nah,
Don't look like it, does it?
nope.
Give it back to him. Yeah, that's pretty far out there. I got to check the other gas tank on the other truck, see if it has cobwebs in the gas tank. Yeah, if it's got a mud dauber in it, it won't pump fuel. So I got to find the vent tube on it. Put another fuel pump on it, but I didn't put a new one on because it's not pumping fuel. Because when I take the fuel line off, no fuel line's coming out.
Yeah.
So that means it's not pumping gas.
Yep.
Because see, if it was, I would have known. Because I tried to start it without the fuel line on. So I'm going to have to get a brand new fuel pump. And try it. That was the one I had. We're saving. My thing is, I'm not afraid to sit on the ground. You see that?
Oh, yeah.
Never was. People look at me. I said, the good Lord gave me a butt to sit on, not a chair. Chairs were made for luxury. Back in the day, there was no luxury. Luxury was earned. fishy, fishy. You know, pat your tub. So you think the bait on that one? Hey, I got that small mini in there that we caught. Why don't we put him on that one?
What?
That mini that's in there,
Oh,
chub.
on which one?
Huh?
On which one?
Right there.
On that pole?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got the,
What's that one got on it?
I think that's got the big ass hook on it.
Well, I'll look at the mini. Let the mini take that big hook. It's in the bag. Are all them sunfish still alive in the bucket?
So far. Oh, okay.
That was that fresh one.
Yeah.
We might as well put him on out there.
All right.
Try to get something. Because it seems like it ain't going to matter what we put on. They don't want it.
They're just playing around with it.
Well, something's running into the lines. Like you saw there on the other one.
Yeah.
Oh, you can put it on the other rod.
What's that one?
Yeah. Remember on the one that's laying there. We didn't check that one yet. So the captain allowed you guys keep all 4 rockfish?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The guys don't, if the other guys, some of the other guys don't catch none, yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah. How many was on the boat?
8.
Oh, yeah, well, it means there's 8 of you.
Hey.
Yeah. Well, but that, obviously we knew there was a bite on it and saw it.
Hey, I like that.
That was that bite that I saw.
Yep. All right, buddy.
Yeah. Well, there's only a few alive. I tried to put the dead ones out. Like, every time I see one there, I'll take it out.
There's one.
Yep. Yeah. 2.
Yeah.
He's alive, but barely. Yep. There's another one. Because we can always use them as bait.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe putting up this fire help in place the bite. Yeah. Move the bucket up and put the rod right up against the bucket, against the rock behind it. That'll help entice the bite. Anybody watching? Let's take a look. No, nobody watched for an hour, but that's all right. I'm still gonna put it out there. Let's see if my brother will answer now. Well, they don't answer. Literally do not answer. Bingo. I see you're on now. Can you put in a comment? All right. Yep. Yeah. He's on. Yeah. He put one like in. Yep. Get those brake pads you put on today. You get them on. Orioles play tonight.
They were playing earlier.
Earlier.
Yeah,
Who won that game?
I don't know.
Orioles win. Orioles win tonight. Anybody know?
No, it was 2-0 when I was listening to it this morning.
This morning.
Yeah, this morning they were playing. I
Uh,
was listening to them while I was eating my breakfast.
How early was that?
8:30. 9. Supposed to start at 7.
7 a.m.
Yep.
Why so early?
I don't know.
See how much battery. Okay, we got plenty of battery. 68%. Soon you was on there, Harry. I was waiting for comment. I guess. Yeah. Gave me one like, so to start. Mosquitoes aren't bad like they were last night, Danny. Did they not bad? They're not bad, are they? To you? No. Well, last night they were terrible. I knew they'd be sitting camping. You got a fire going now. What a night to want to make a fire with all this mosquito haven weather and all this humidity. I wouldn't even attempt to dry as dry as you get in weather like this. Don't tell me you're wearing flip-flops or gold, guy. No way in hell they're wearing them dumbass shoes. I think they need to ban those type of shoes.
What's that?
Crocs. I don't like them. They hurt. They destroy your ankle. I like how people say that, oh, they're comfortable on your feet. Bullshit. I say, you want the bottom of your feet to cave in and collapse when you get older, wear those shoes. Why? I said, my mom found out by not wearing shoes. It says they are just like not wearing shoes. They didn't know what to say. I said, because there's no support on those heels where you need it. China made product. $15 for a good pair. You can wear them. I'm not. No way in hell. Count on it. I got more respect for my feet and legs and arms over your stupidity. I'm not destroying my body over your nonsense. Nope. Nope. Count on it. Bites are scarce tonight.
Yeah.
Ran into the line, that's all they done. Well, I don't mind. I'll sit here. So whatever we decide to go home, we'll go home. I fished till 11 o'clock. 11:30, I'm okay with that. We don't get nothing. That means we only been here about 2 hours anyway. Right?
Yep.
2.5, somewhere. Because it was dark when we pulled up anyway. And when does it get dark now?
It gets dark about 8:30, 9:45.
What was it? We'll be get here? 8:30?
Something like that.
It's only what? What time is it?
I don't know. My phone's in the truck.
It said an hour and a half on my phone when I was recording. So.
Excuse me, guys.
What?
Excuse me. You guys using chicken liver at all?
Nope, not tonight.
Oh, you guys want any or no?
Why?
I'm heading out. I got an unopened pack. Just trying to give it away.
Sure, bring it over here. We'll attempt.
All right.
We're gonna stay to midnight.
Go for it, man.
Thank
Good luck
buddy.
to you guys, of course.
Did you get anything?
Yeah, we caught a couple channels and a baby flathead. It was all right.
Where'd you get them at?
Uh,
Down by the rocks?
No, not quite that far. Maybe 50 yards to the left of the boat ramp.
Oh, okay. Small ones, right?
Huh?
Small ones?
No, a big, probably 6 pound channel. Probably a little 1.5 or 2 pounder, and then like a baby flathead. Didn't even know it was on the line.
I caught a 15, 20 pound flathead last night.
Yeah, man, I didn't even know that they were really in here like that.
Well, they are.
That's cool.
They are. Well, they don't want them in here, but they're here. But they are.
Yeah. No, I'm all for it. I gotta readjust to come fish for those next time. I've just been fishing for channels.
Well, I tell you what, though, the one I caught last night was about 15, 20 pounder. I got it right here. I had 3 runs and I got one.
You guys using bluegill?
Yep.
Nice.
Live.
Nice.
3 inches. That's all bigger you need.
All right, man. Good to know. Well, good luck to you guys.
Sure.
All right. That's nice.
Yep. I'm glad somebody caught something. We didn't get no bites yet. We got a couple nibbles. That's it.
It's coming.
Well, I'm sure they will. I like how he said he got a baby flathead. I'm willing to bet he got a mudcat. You know that. Because they're in here.
Yeah, I know.
There's some chicken liver for you, Dan, if you want to try some. Later. I look at it this way. You get a 6 pound channel cat. Hey, that's a bonus.
Yeah, really.
You can take one home. You can take that home. You don't have to put that back. But if I get myself a 40 pound flathead, I'll make sure I get a picture. I'm going to expect a hog sitting here waiting. He kind of bites like this. Slow night means big fish bite. Not a little dinky one either. Big one. So that means he was fishing down the other spot down there, where I normally fish at, 50 yards from the boat ramp. I know where it's at. That means one of us is going to get a big one tonight. Huh?
Hope so.
Hope so. You mean we're going to look forward to it? We ain't worried about hoping. His problem is, I think he needs to know the difference between a flathead and a mudcat. And because of the baby one, it might be a mudcat.
Yeah.
So the mudcat will bite on chicken liver.
Yeah, I know.
I never caught a small flathead on them on chicken liver. Nope. Oh, fishy, fishy, fishy. Buy it on Pappy's Hook. We're waiting on you, fishy fishy.
Sounds like somebody's pulling something in.
Why is that?
Because it sounds like somebody was pulling fish in.
Oh,
So it's flashing and turning on.
if it is, it can't be very big.
It didn't sound like it. Come on. Come on, back there. You want to hold it on that down with you. Stop that.
Flathead picked it up. What, he run into it?
Hold down on it.
The flathead got a hold of it. And the worst part is they may pull down on it, but they didn't do nothing with it, did they?
Nope. I wonder if shrimp would have worked tonight.
No. They're too hot. Only thing I caught on them in weather like this, smallmouth. Out on a boat. Tore up smallmouth on them. Now, the only place we didn't go to and try like this is down there, Seneca Creek.
Oh, yeah.
water's low enough upstream there. Along the side there, there's a sandbar like this one up there. I would like to go out and try on that sandbar. I've seen it when the water's low all the time. That would be a nice spot to fish when it's low like this. We caught a lot of channel cat on that side of the river up there. In tournaments when it's low. Come on. I see something running into the right rod. It. You know, I've gone to a Walmart in Baltimore area already. You will not believe how rough they look.
What store?
Well, yeah, Walmart store in Baltimore. Bad, Danny. They look horrible. The stores are not even fit to go in. It's a big cluster mess. And the lady at the counter told me they don't care. Well, obviously I can see that, I said. Said it makes me not want to come in here and shop. It's not even fit to come in here. I said, it's a cow's path in here. I said, you can barely get a grocery cart come around here in the door. This was the one down in Perry Hall.
What?
Yeah, it was a mess. Up on the hill down there, man, it was horrible. I told Mom, you ought to be glad you didn't go in this Walmart. Why? I said, all the women's beauty stuff was at the front door where it could be stolen. What? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Walk in, walk out. 5 seconds later, you could steal $100 worth of beauty stuff. And it would never even caught you. She said, what? I said, yeah, it's that bad, Mom. None is beating around the bush. That's bad. You know, Trump was talking about issuing National Guards to all these major cities that have severe crime in.
Oh, yeah.
You know he can't do that. The mayor has to issue it. He can't.
Oh, yeah, I know. You think you might be able to say what on the ship you think that'd be somebody else.
But his problem is this. Trying to run the country on his own dictatorship and it ain't working. That's how dumb he's gotten. And if he keeps that up, the states are going to ignore him.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
They're going to want him out of office. Let's see if anybody's jumped in. There for a while, nobody's jumped in. See if my brother's watching now. No, hour and 38 minutes.
Is the door locked?
Oh, no, it shouldn't be. Just in case.
If you didn't lock it.
No, but still. Make it right. I have a half a gallon of tea up there somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Get a front or in the back. We can carry that if you want something. Come on. Come on. Come on. I saw you playing with it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. I know I moved you. Fun. I gotta bite them 2 rods now.
Both yours?
Yep. I said we could share it if you wanted it.
I got 2 here.
Yeah, we can always put some in it. Fill it up when you're low.
Damn.
Huh?
He hit it again.
Which one?
The white one.
Oh, one on the end?
Uh-huh.
I had to buy on both rods. They both just started. Just like I knew they would. Once 10 o'clock came around, flatheads bite.
10:44.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, the last time when we were fishing for them up at the Aqueduct, they didn't start biting until 10:30, the flatheads.
No.
Well, yesterday they bought early. They bit early, 9:30. Almost 2 hours later, hour and 45 minutes of footage. See how much battery we got? Oh, we got 56%. We got plenty of battery. Come on. One. See the one on the end there? The other one. Come on. Boy, I'm looking for a big bastard. May stop at Frederick Walmart. See if it's open. See if that one's open 24 hours. I want to get a tube of Permatex when I get started on my truck tomorrow.
Oh.
Because I have boat. I have boat sealant for everything, for the bolts, for the thread sealant. I have that, so I can put that on the thread. To help keep them from backing out.
Yeah.
Not Permatex, it's thread sealant. I mean, Loctite.
Something out there, big jump.
Carp?
And one hell of a splash.
Well, a lot of times it's carp. I never known flatheads doing that. Unless somebody's got one hooked.
Got that.
Carp, likely. Like I told that boy yesterday, he come over. I told him, I said, well, ooh, come on. Come on. When he caught that, when his father got that small carp, 10-pounder, I said, that's a little one. The little one. Yeah, I said, they're in here as big as her, as your sister. What? That's big. Yeah, they are. Mhm. Look like he must do a fair amount of fishing. All, I don't know about all over the place, but at enough spots that he speaks English very well.
Oh, yeah.
So he had to be born and raised here. A lot of them are who speak English fluently, especially Chinese or Japanese.
Yeah.
But you have to understand the English language. I know the fish are out there because they're running into both lines. Or what they are, who knows? Could be carp. You know, I fish for carp out here like this with water clear, with corn at night. Yep. And hooked into some great big ones, especially nighttime. When carp don't jump, that means they're feeding. There you go, Danny. About time we get somewhere.
Come on.
Anytime you want to pull, you could. Ah, you missed him, didn't you?
I did.
Check the bait.
Oh, did I?
Or you think he swallowed it? Think he swallowed it.
Huh? You little fucker.
Got him?
Yeah, might have got him.
What do you think you got?
Oh, it's like a flathead.
Huh?
Maybe a flathead.
Probably. Big one?
Pretty nice.
I hope you got one.
Damn.
Huh?
Come on. Come on.
Channel cat.
Yep.
Feed me here. We knew we'd get one. That's a nice channel cat. a glutton. You got a bag. Put that one in, you can.
Got him.
Oh, yeah. Now look at that. Whoops.
Oh, shit, now he's getting off.
There's a bullhead, look.
Yeah,
Wash him off. Huh? Wash him off. He's all right. See? Yeah, look at that. We got our first fish of the night. Bullhead. Put him in a bag.
Holy shit.
What's that? Get him?
Yeah, I got him.
Yeah. Well, we got number 2. We think he's over the line, 100. Yeah. Over, hold it right up. See how close he is. All right. No channel cat. Give me one. There you go. Come here. Look at that. Beautiful channel. Yep, epic. Boy, we get some good bites tonight, right now. They just started. Put your bait back down there. Use it again. We had to wait till this late to get the bites. And you know, that was worth the wait.
Yeah.
What's that? Bait?
Yeah.
Well, the bait threw up the hook. I don't worry about that.
I was just getting ready to throw the other one out about that time that it moved cold.
Yeah. There you go. I'll throw yours, that one out. I'll put this one out, but this one was way out there. I don't even want to look at it. You know that. I said, I don't even want to look at that can. How convenient. You know what was so convenient? I don't know if you did or not.
I did.
Well, wind back in and give it a retry. You know, the thing is, what was convenient was I had one run on both rods, then yours peel over and you get one on each. Looks all right, don't it? There you go. That's about how far it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's not that far. It wasn't no farther than that. Whatever how far you cast it, it worked.
it's all about.
Hey, look at it this way. That was worth going to the truck and back. Gave it a retake.
Yeah.
One thing about it, I set that rod right up against the rock, so it wasn't going to pull it over.
Yeah.
But it hit hard enough to take it. That's all that matters.
Yeah. That's a fun.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone, give it another hour. That's it. Go home. We'll leave at midnight. I'm not going to stick any longer than that, but yep, another hour is good enough. We'll have 3 hours of live footage. That means we've been here since 9 o'clock. Because I was set up then. We got here around what, 8:30, quarter 9.
Something like that.
So I might as well take one and put a dead one on, huh? Means I got 2 live ones on. And the thing is, we put the bait on hold too. We didn't put it on in chunks.
I know.
And it seemed like that's the way what them channel cats wanted. Because they're not taking live bait. Not tonight. Not right at the moment anyway. I'll have to check this one. So this is one had it bend over 3 times. But even if it's dead, I still would get a bite on it. But if it ain't there, then it's a different story. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we better check it, huh? If it's not on there, we'll pull on the... I thought there's something there. Yeah, the bait's still there. You see it's all right. There's good. That was good. Good, that means something hit it. Let's see what it looks like. Oh yeah, he nailed it pretty good. Something did. Yeah, seeing this one ain't alive no more. We'll stick on another live one.
I had some carp.
Huh?
I had some carp after that over last weekend.
Better one.
My feet fell right out there.
Put you back here. One on another line? Oh, throw that one on the other one.
Give me a big rod.
I must be in the middle of the river. I must be throwing a surf pole. Doesn't look that way.
There we go. Let's take the squeegee off for this one. All right, we're dead. No matter. Well, there ain't none. They took it. Wow. Just like on mine. Took the bait off.
Oh, you can see it going. Shall we put on another live one?
It's up to you.
I mean, I don't even want about that. I may take, here's one here. Come here, buddy. You little fella, come here. Here. Yeah. Wow. There you go. Oh, nothing. Grass, maybe. Let's see if anybody's on the line. Let's see if he's answers now. Bingo, bingo, and we're back live. All right. Maybe that's fresh chicken over there. We could go borrow some wood over here, make a fire over here, and cook some. Mom wanted me to make a grill stand that we can put over top of a fire pit that we can cook on.
Oh.
I told her I could make one. I said instead of welding it together, I can bolt it together. I said it takes heavy, great material.
Yeah.
And that kind of stuff is, only way you can get that is you go find a old cast iron place that has old grate material from a old cast iron type stove that you can just cut that piece out and use it and make it a cast iron top. Then you can actually fry on it because it's cast iron.
Yeah, I know.
You don't even have to worry about putting aluminum foil on it, but you could. But I also thought, I say, make it so if you want, we can make it so it has fold-up legs too, but where we can put pins in the one corner of it, brace it with, bring it down, put pins in it, then on the pin you put a clip on it. So you can fold it, put it away. But that kind of, that kind of stuff people like.
Oh, yeah.
You know what was so odd about that fish? That one was way out there. That one was in close.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Because I casted that rod, so I know it was way out there. Well, how many chickens of yours are missing?
Well, last week, no. Well, it has to be a family of foxes because we got 5 chickens. In the morning, as soon as them chickens wake up and get out in that yard, that's when they hit them.
Have you seen them yet?
Nope. Shit, Robert, I get up 5 o'clock in the morning and I use my silky, put them in a cage, and I sit up there on that platform with my gun, and the dumbasses won't show up. Now that first fox that I nailed did, so he thought he was going to get the silky, and then he made a big mistake and stopped. He stopped her. That did it. And I didn't see none for a real long time. And now it's starting to come around again. I mean, they hit 3 of the chickens right up there in the barn, and hit the others there on the outside.
So what do they do? Just take them?
Well, they must have a hard time with them because, boy, I mean, they got piles of feathers all over the place.
That's when you know that is one animal that nobody hunts hardly anymore.
Oh, I know.
Fox, around here anyway. My dad used to. He killed his fair share. He shot one with a 22 long distance.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
That's
long
what I
distance.
got that one with that 22 I got.
He said he hit him 7 times.
Yeah.
Because he kept spinning around in a circle every time he shot him. So he acted like he missed, so he fired again. I shot one 300 yards away.
I didn't believe that.
But here's your problem. I didn't use any other type of gun that you would ever thought of. I used a 410 rifle slug. A German bullet. The tip on it looked like a pistol or a rifle bullet. It wasn't round and blunt like a regular rifle slug. The tip on it was like a regular bullet. I aimed at that fox's top of its head because it was straight shot, like from here to that light away. How far do you think that light from here to that light away?
Good way.
300 yards?
Oh, yeah. Easy.
Dropped. All I saw was watching him going this way. Kept going away from me. So I took the gun and I aimed right at the top of his head as he was walking up the hill on the other side, and I cracked it. As soon as I cracked it, he went like this. I hit him right in the square in the back, dead center.
I shot a groundhog further than that.
Huh?
I shot a groundhog further than that. My dad said, so I said, ate that. I said, Look way over there. You see that telephone pole way over there up on that hill? Yeah, I said, look at the bottom of it. See that groundhog up there? Yeah, I see it. I said, you want to see me shoot it? Son, ain't no way you're going to shoot that groundhog not that far away from this house. I said, you watch me. I took that 22-250. I put that sucker up against that burning porch post. Got a dead aim on it. Aimed about that far above top of his head. Boom. That goes. You didn't get him. He went, oh, I said, that just a bit get him too. No, you didn't, son. You didn't hit that groundhog because he ran this hole. I said, I'll tell you what, I'm going to walk all the way over there, get that groundhog, bring you back. I went all the way over there. I said, how much further I got to do? Went all the way up there. Blew the hole right through that damn thing. I brought it back. I said, hey, Dad, look at this shit. Look. Well, I didn't say shit. Look here. You say he went down this hole? I wouldn't believe it if I didn't see it.
Yeah, if you didn't physically bring it back yet.
Huh?
If you didn't physically bring it back, that's correct.
I thought you wasn't going. I thought no way in the world you could shoot the groundhog that far away. Yeah, that's something to tell you. That's one thing I always, for some reason, I like shoot stuff at a good distance.
So do I. Hey, I do too. I love downhill shots. I like pissing people off with downhill shots.
We used to rabbit hunt, and I gave that up. Poor damn rabbit, I didn't even give him a chance to be right damn on top of him, soon they take a boot. I ain't got no rabbit for that.
Well, I hit one with a 20 gauge slug, so you can imagine what was left of it.
Yeah. That's what I was using. I was using my 20 gauge pump.
Yeah.
I said, the heck with this, I ain't gonna rabbit hunt no more. I said, one thing, I'm waiting for my bullets. Number two, I ain't just no rabbits.
Well, you mean there ain't nothing left of them?
Yeah, you got that right. Why don't you give that rabbit a chance to get ahead or something like that? Look, I said, when I'm rabbit hunting, I said, that burn thing jumps up in front of me. I said, I'm gonna shoot. Don't give a chance to get away.
You know, I tell you what, one time my friend and I went hunting. My one friend Dave went hunting with us at our place. He come walking down one side of the hedgerow and I went down the other. Boy, and the rabbit come across the hedgerow in front of me and went over the other way. And I didn't see my friend over there. I pulled the trigger. He said, you're lucky, he said, you're lucky I had my vest on. He said, the pellets just went, it didn't have no holes, but I didn't hurt him, but he was laughing about it too, but he was still close, but still, it didn't, so he made an inch of it. All right, well, no, he said, I didn't see none, but he didn't have no holes, but we were laughing. I told him, I said, that was my fault. I didn't know. I said, well, that's because I failed to recognize that you were walking up just as fast as I was. So he turned around. He wound up becoming a police officer in Baltimore County. So he might be retired from here now. Because if he was still at it, he'd be at it 30 years. And the last time I saw him out at Cranberry Mall, he asked me if I was staying out of trouble. I looked at him and told him, I said, I better stay out of trouble. I said, well, I don't want to deal with you. Yeah. I went to his wedding years ago. Yeah, I was one of his best friends. Once he left and got married and did his thing, I never saw him. He never come by after that. Nope. And my other friend Ken Wolbert, last time I saw him was at gas station doing odd jobs with people. Yep. I never seen a man so act like say he was so stupid in my life. He allowed his life to go nuts over the women he married and so forth. Yeah. He was always pointing fingers at people, blaming other people for his own mistakes. Yep. And I told him countless times, I said, you can't blame nobody but yourself. I said, because you allowed yourself to be in this situation. You would have never been in this situation if you didn't allow yourself to be in it. He agreed. Well, didn't quite agree, but he was always putting the blame on other people and never accepted blame on his own, because he never corrected his own life.
Yeah.
He was always in court creating problems. I don't know. Only thing I can say about him was he was always drug free, but he never got involved with drugs. It's just that he was the type of person who lived like a bum. Literally.
They're growing pot down the farm.
Huh?
Pot. They're growing it down the farm.
Who is?
That's you now. You ever see that one? That guy done planting her fingers damn high. There you go.
There he is. Flathead, big one. We got a monster flathead. We got all.
Oh, you kidding me?
He got off.
Oh, man.
That was a monster flathead.
Yeah, I can tell the way he had that pole bent down and kidding me. Oh, man.
You can say it was a big one.
That's your bait, too.
Yep, he took it. Yep. That was another big flathead. Come here. Come here, little fella. It might be a small one, but you'll work. Come here. I don't care how small you are. I'll put you on the hook.
How you gentlemen doing? Hi, I'm Sergeant Cat with Maryland Natural Resources Police. Nice to meet you guys.
Oh, we're doing all right.
You guys have any luck tonight?
Oh, 2-channel cat.
2-channel cats? That's not too bad. What are you using for bait?
A live bluegill trying to catch the flathead.
Hey, that works. That's what I usually use too.
Yeah.
Well, I always have to tell you, my D number is 1618. My body camera's on. I always forget to do that. Mind if I take a look at your cat?
Yeah, sure, go right ahead.
Oh, awesome. All right, those are beauties right there.
Yeah.
They'll be pretty nice.
Well, we just got them just a little bit ago. After being here 2 hours.
Okay, that's pretty good. Well, did you guys have your fishing lessons on you?
Yeah.
Mind if I take a look at them real quick?
We wouldn't be out here if we didn't have them.
Yeah, yes, sir.
That's for sure.
You can guarantee you that.
Where we at? Let's fold it up.
And you'll see I use old fishing reel.
Oh, I like it. Oh,
this,
yeah.
This is a Japanese version of the Tang 309.
Oh, okay. Now, how much did that one cost? How much did it run you?
Well, I got it free.
Hey, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Because my brother got them free.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, the pen, like that one right there, That one was at a flea market for $12. That's a Pen
Really?
309.
Oh man, that's pretty good.
Yeah, you see, it looks identical to the same.
Yeah.
Except for this is a Japanese version. They don't make no more
Oh, okay. So why did they stop making them?
because it was made in Japan.
Okay. Okay.
Japanese quit making them. Japan did. We didn't.
Okay.
And this thing here, this
Mhm.
spot here, this was the spare part for the runner here that went across in there for the gear ratio.
Oh, okay.
Get out of my face.
Huh?
That burned mosquito or whatever in my face.
You know, light.
Oh, that ain't it. That's my that burn.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
That's my
Yeah,
short
well.
thing.
He's like me. Oh, he always has it.
No, where's my that burn?
This here should be it.
That ain't it. Come on, where you at? I know you're here. I
Yeah.
just got them renewed.
Yeah, yeah. There you go.
Oh, thank you, sir. Sorry about that. I'll
That's-
keep this over
see
here
if that-
for
See
you.
if that's the one.
Yeah, this looks like the one. Perfect.
Oh, if not, well.
No, that looks good. What's your birthday, sir?
Who, mine?
No.
Oh, mine. Oh, well, mine's 8/23/69.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. Question for you: are you related to any of our officers? Last name May.
Which? Where are they from?
Garrett County.
Well,
Garrett, Allegheny County.
Oh, where I got my fishing license.
Huh? Fine.
You're fine. You're fine.
I've got them. I just got them renewed.
Yeah. Well,
That's for dead burn, sure.
I caught a
Mhm.
15, 20-pound flathead last night here.
Okay.
There we
That's
go.
pretty good.
I knew they were there.
What was it? A week or two ago, I brought my nephew out here, and we caught one here. We caught two. It was 2 or 3 over at Mount Monocacy.
What's that?
So,
Flathead?
Yeah. No, they were channels.
Yeah. Well, we caught. I caught a record-sized channel here recently at the boat ramp there at the aqueduct.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good.
When I'm telling you record-sized, we're talking about like 21, 22 pounder.
That's pretty good. What's
for,
your
for channel.
birthday?
550.
All right, thank you, sir. Appreciate
All
it.
5.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
No, it's surprisingly, you're the first person I've seen one in this late at night.
Oh yeah. I love coming out working late. So that's just me. Not everybody does, but
No.
that's my favorite time.
But you know the worst place, all the years of fishing I've fished, for people who fish and think they can get away with it, always at the aqueduct.
Yes.
All the time.
Usually I'll find a lot of people over at the aqueduct.
Off the bridge itself is where I found over the years of fishing. I've been fishing this body of water 50 years, and he's probably fished this body of water just as long.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Longer than that.
Well, at least that long, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we mainly, I probably for 30 years fished up at the power plant discharge.
Oh yeah.
Because that's probably been stopped now 20 years.
Yeah.
And I tell you, guess who shut it off? Which president actually had that turned off?
And that's a good, you're saying 20 years?
Well, it's probably close to that.
Close to that?
Yeah.
I have to guess.
Obama administration. When they started wanting to, because Democrats wanted to go eco green.
Oh, yeah.
So what was the first thing they implemented?
Attack nuclear.
Charcoal.
Yeah. Yep.
Charcoal power plants. They eliminated the charcoal side. But they ran the discharge with cold water in it for 5 years. Just strictly ran it. Then they said they had to be shut down for 5 years for rebuild. So they rebuilt it, never opened it. They left it closed after that. Yeah. I know. I fish. We walked from Dickerson Power Plant, from the parking lot all the way to the power plant discharge. And we went from the aqueduct and walked all the way down to the power plant discharge. Many times.
Oh yeah.
Many times. Man, And you try to carry 80 pounds worth of fishing tackle,
Oh yeah,
not
yeah,
counting your fish that you take home.
yeah. That's true. That's a lot.
And nobody don't realize what kind of work that is. So we started taking a cart with us. We have a cart that we take in further places if we
Oh
have
yeah,
to.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we have one. Yeah, but they started recently. They started busting people catching stripers out of season.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And the worst part is they're fishing at places where catfish, even at that time of the year, are coming up to feed and do the spring spawn run
Yeah.
all at the same time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Then you're going to turn around well, lots of. I was one of them. They caught doing that. But our problem is the bait that I used wasn't for that, but they still caught it anyway. But,
No, I understand that.
yeah, but they said, well, you didn't put it back in the water fast enough. But they were bold about it too. Boy, they wasn't afraid to write up. So, paid the fine, still had to go to court. I spent 9 months with no saltwater license. But Walmart issued me fishing license anyway. Oh yeah, they sure did. So and the game warden was like up at the one that goes up and off of Route 77, Monoxie area. He was an older gentleman. He said, I'll have to check into that. Said they can't. He said they can't issue a fishing license because it should be stated in there that you wasn't allowed to have none. Well, it turns out it wasn't like that. So we go to court. We get a muscle Peter. I went to the first one. He never showed up. They actually postponed the first one. So they moved it another 3 months. I went to. I waited. I get another postponement in the mail. Right. So curiosity, the internet sometimes has lots of information, sometimes very valuable, only if it's correct. Well, the internet says, well, a game warden can do this as many times as he likes. He said they want to continue this for years. If they're buddy to the judge, they'll do that. That's just the way they are. In fact, it's what the internet says. If they're buddy. I said, all right, well, I accepted it like that. I said, well, I don't care. So it turns out I get a third one in the mail. But this time it said it was proceeding. All right, so that means I'm going to go right in. Right. Sure enough, we did. My mom and I, we went in there. So we technically didn't do anything wrong, but they still wanted to make a statement. The statement they didn't win. We go in there. Here we are sitting out there waiting. I would have recognized the game warden if he was there. Trust me. My eyes were peeled on everybody coming in the door because we weren't even in the room yet. So we were there. We got there bright and early, so we were sitting there waiting. The assault-free officers, they come in. For whatever reason, they came in. They was there maybe an hour or so, and all of a sudden they left. Didn't see them no more. Don't know whatever happened to them 3 guys. But one guy, and so the one guy that was in there in the courtroom, he come out. He says, "You guys in here as a witness?" No. I showed him a piece of paper. He's like, "Wait right here." Wait. He says, "You guys are supposed to have been inside." Nobody didn't tell us that. We didn't know that. We've been out here like lonesome dogs, like we never belonged here. Well, he come back out with a big smile on his face. He said, they threw it out of court, sir. Huh? My mom hugged him like you wouldn't believe. Threw it out of court? Yep, they threw it out of court. He said, because he never showed up with somebody like you. He never came to court. Nobody did. So I mentioned this story to a different game warden, one probably even your age or a couple years younger. He said, "How did you get that thrown out of court?" I said, "I didn't get thrown out of court. Somebody else did." I said, "I don't know what to tell you." I said. He says, "Who do you know that got rid of that?" I don't know. I said, "Well, I can tell you. It's gone.
Mhm.
It was never supposed to happen, and somebody was making something out of nothing.
Mhm.
And it turned out they threw it out. So I never got a information on why it was thrown out. Nothing. It went away instantly.
Hmm.
Blank. Yeah, because they said it was up to you.
Mhm.
You had to physically be there to say whether or not if you want to get rid of it or not.
Mhm.
But somehow or another, it got wishy-washy under the rug
Mhm.
by a judge.
Mhm.
Somebody washed it away down in Washington, D.C. Somebody made it go away. Somebody did. Yeah, I'm sure it went that far. You can guarantee it went that far.
Well, and this was, which state did this happen in?
Here.
Here?
Maryland.
It was in Maryland?
Yep.
Okay. So, reason I'm asking that, because
Usually they say after 3 times,
Mhm.
they throw it out for you.
Yeah, so that's what will happen. Is after on the third time they're gonna throw it out if people don't show
Yeah.
up. But it depends. So like, if an officer shows up, an officer will get in trouble. Like they'll write you up right off the bat, and you can be penalized for that.
What do you mean?
So like an officer, if you don't show up for court, you can actually lose pay, get written up, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, I'm not worried
You're
about
not
loss of
making
pay.
court.
I don't leave.
Yeah. So for officers, like,
only reason-
there's a rule of 3. So basically, like, what'll happen is if you can schedule for postponement, right, for
Yeah.
officer or whoever the offender
Yeah,
is.
but he wound up doing it way beforehand. I wasn't postponing nothing.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if an officer didn't show up, even like the first time, what I've seen, they might delay it once, but usually most courts, at least it depends on the county you're in.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, if an officer doesn't show up, they're gonna toss it. Especially if the defendant showed up and the officer didn't,
Right.
they'll just toss it because the whoever your accuser, right, is
Yeah.
not there at the time.
Mhm.
So they'll just
yeah.
toss it.
But here's the thing: what they told us, he said,
Mhm.
yeah, if the officer here would have reached you up with a bench warrant for your arrest, I looked at him bench.
Well, yeah. If
Yeah.
the officer's there and the defendant doesn't show up,
But here's
they'll
what,
write the
but you're
bench
right. But here's
warrant,
what I told the officer. If he was there, I would have saw him.
Mhm.
He said, yeah, and he looked at me and said, yeah, I believe you would.
Yeah.
Because why? I have a knack of
Mhm.
recognizing faces,
Oh yeah.
big time.
Yeah. Well, and for the whole thing, so the stripers, where did you catch the stripers?
Up there at Conowinga Dam, where the breeding season is.
Oh, so that would have been over in what was that, Hartford, Cecil County?
Yeah, but
So
we wound up going to
Yeah.
Frederick County, Fort Detrick.
Oh, okay. So Fort Detrick's completely different. So Fort Detrick has their own game wardens and their own police department, because that's like, so we don't have jurisdiction on Fort Detrick.
Well, yeah, but the court was in Frederick.
Okay, yeah. So Frederick County Court, but Frederick County. So for example, each court system
Yeah.
it has to do with the county. So for example,
Yeah.
if you got caught for fishing Conowingo, they cannot try you in Frederick County or Montgomery County.
But
that's illegal.
But we were tried in Frederick County.
You can't be tried in Frederick.
We went to Frederick Courthouse. I can guarantee you we did.
Okay, so what would happen is that would be tossed right off the bat if they did that in Frederick, because so even like, say for example, someone has a bench warrant or something. There's different types of warrants, but like
what's it? 101 West Patrick Street.
Yeah, that's where the courthouse is.
Yeah, that's where we were at.
So if you're there, they would have tossed it right off the bat, because if say the person wrote it for Frederick County, happened in Conowingo, the judge has no jurisdiction. He has no, like, we're state, but it's the wrong court to process.
Oh, so you're saying is it was an illegal processing from the start.
Well,
basically.
like, I don't know all the details. Like, from what you're saying, what you're telling me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I'm not there, and this is how many years ago?
What? Not quite 2 now.
Nope.
Not quite 2
years.
No, not quite 2.
Huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's recent.
It's recent.
You can count it. You can count on it's recent.
Have you looked in case search?
Don't have to. So I have the paperwork at home.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, so in case search, like, if you're going there, so it's all public record. You can go in there and look at a lot of the cases and everything.
So we can punch in case numbers?
Yeah,
It'll tell us information on it?
Yeah, it'll tell you everything on your case. So it'll give everything on the updates. So, like, where things were tried, like, where it was prosecuted, that kind of stuff. Who dropped it, what they found, like that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So in case search, you'll have all the notes
Right.
But yeah, if anything happened over there for Conowingo, it has to happen over there for Conowingo. Now, what I would say is this, is like, the only times you'll see something like
Now,
that where you'll
why
have,
would they go to Frederick County?
so that's what I was about to say. If I had, so say for example, somebody show up to court and there's a bench warrant,
Uh-huh.
right? And you pick the person up in Frederick, now you can have that person go to Frederick County Court for the bench warrant. It's
Okay.
not for the original charge.
Right,
That's from
right,
things
right,
that
right,
are coming
right. Understand,
from later on.
understand.
Now, if the person charged you for that second part, like having a license when you weren't supposed to have it,
Uh-huh.
that's a separate charge. So that could be charged in Frederick, but the original charge would still be for Conowingo.
Yeah.
So basically, you would have two different charges there. So what it seems like to me, right? And I don't know all the details, but just from what you're telling me, is I would think that, all right, you have Conowingo, you have the original charge.
Yeah.
It sounds like
Actually, what happened was,
Yeah.
I got the fine, $250 fine.
Okay.
Okay. I paid the fine. Then he turned around.
So you did the prepayable guilty.
Well, yeah. Then he suspended my fishing license for 9 months.
Okay.
But Walmart issued me a new set for the
Correct.
following year.
Yeah, because in Compass, it wasn't always tracking it. Now that we went to Maryland Outdoors last
So
year, now
I
it's
went
tracking.
fishing,
Okay.
and that was there off of Route 77,
Okay.
Detour area.
So then that's why. So yeah. So then that was illegal. So that's why you went to Frederick County Court, because
Yeah.
you were fishing. So that had to do with your license. Whether your license was revoked did not have to do with the original.
Right, but
Yeah.
my license did not say revoked. They were brand new.
Yeah. So with it, and that's where I think it's kind of interesting is.
What's so interesting about it was they threw it out of court.
Well, no, I think they threw it out of court, and I think that was a good thing. Like it was probably going to get thrown out either way, because this is what's going on with it. In Compass, right? In the old system,
Yeah.
Compass would not track. So basically, like, say you went to court, right? You found guilty. They did the
Right.
you're found guilty. As an officer, what you're supposed to do is you have to contact fisheries and let fisheries know that this violation happened, and then fisheries has to go and revoke the fishing license or put on that suspension.
Right.
That suspension, though, the systems were two different systems and wouldn't always track.
Right.
So Walmart didn't know, or may not have known.
Yeah.
The officer picked up on that later on.
He told me it's like a $5,000 fine for Walmart.
It definitely can be.
Just like your flathead.
Yeah.
I missed the other one.
Yeah. So it definitely can be, but I would say, like, if you go, especially Frederick County Court, whenever I've gone to court in Frederick County, so this is what's going to happen is, first off, you had Walmart missed it.
Yeah.
2, were you notified of the suspension? Did you know about the suspension before that?
What? The suspension, the paperwork, not for the new fishing license,
Yeah.
but for the old one.
Yeah, so for the new one, if you didn't know about the suspension, right? Or you
They
were
sent
never
the
notified,
paperwork saying license were suspended, but they didn't say for how long or what for.
or what the start date was for that.
Well, they gave a start date,
Okay.
but they also gave an end date.
Okay.
So if you look at my saltwater license,
Yeah.
you'll see that the end date
Yeah.
is October.
Okay.
Okay, right now was and the day that the day they expired, the day they are renewed was the day the court. It was the last day of court that I went to,
Okay.
because I was able to get my new saltwater license that day.
Okay. Yeah. So then the suspension is kind of, it's run its course, right? So you're
Ran its
fine.
course 9 months.
And basically what's going to happen is the judge, any judge, what they're going to say is, first off, for your defense, if you were notified, you didn't know about it, and it was on Walmart to catch it in the first place, right?
Well, yeah.
And for you to notice it.
Well,
And now, as far as you getting your license is not suspended anymore, you've already corrected it,
Yeah.
so it's already run its course. The judge would never have gone through with it usually, unless the officer can prove that you were intentionally going out there knowing that your license had been revoked.
Right. So
And
here's what the officer also did
Mhm.
when he wrote the must appear ticket.
Mhm.
He looked at my criminal record background right there on the spot. He says, "You know something, sir?" I said, "What's that?" "Your record's cleaner than my piece of paper. All my writing on it. A blank sheet of paper would be your criminal record. That's exactly how it's going to be, sir. You'll never find me as a criminal, regardless. Black sheet of paper, what you'll get, a blank sheet. It won't be any other way than that but a blank sheet." I said, "My mom's driving record, same way, blank sheet of paper.
Yeah, yeah.
It's unblemished because she's also a certified foster mother of over 60 children with an unblemished record. None. Perfect. You can't get any cleaner than you can ever want. You know, because her and I both, we do not, and he'll tell you, we do not like being criminals.
Yeah.
Don't we, Danny?
Yeah.
He'll tell you, anybody who is one, boy, we are not very happy with them, trust me.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah, definitely. With it, well, not knowing all the details, that's what I would say as far as what for everything that you're telling me.
Right.
But for me, the way I see it.
So here's the thing, though. Here's what we told the two officers up there, Conning and Dan, when they wrote that ticket, and why. I looked at him and I told him, I said, "You're going to have to explain that information to my 80-some-year-old mother, not me." "Why not?" And he had the nerve up standing there and look at me. "Who carries the pants in the family?" I said, "That doesn't matter, sir. You're going to have to explain to her." And I did it with authority, not making myself look bad. I made myself look like I was someone. So my mom comes strolling over there. He explained it to her exactly what he explained to me. She looked right at him and she said, "We're paying that tomorrow, sir." And I looked at him and said, "And we are." And we did it very next day. We went right in there. And the courthouse, when we went to, they said, "Well, this is the fifth one today." Fifth one today. Oh, yeah, 4 other people came in. They did the same thing, sir. Wow. I said, "Yeah, I know." I said, they said they wrote 100 of them up this week. I said, "What?" "Yeah." I said, "We were 20th one today." And I said, "Mine should have never happened, but it did anyway." They made no exception. I said, "Well, that's just the way it was. They were just bold with their actions." I said, "We'll just take care of it now." I said, "Because it shouldn't have occurred in the first place, but it did anyway." But now the season now ends July 30th now, right?
I have to double check. I haven't been over there in a
but
I
I-
think
but
it's the 30th.
Yes, July 30th. What I overheard here for this year is July 30th. What it is, I think they're depending on the area where it's at. I think they just want to make it tough on everyone. Fishing for stripers, who's been known to fish for stripers for years, but now a lot of striper chartermen are actually going for blue cats now, and not worried about stripers anymore.
Well, there was the moratorium on stripers.
Yeah.
Trying to get the population to bounce back. That's why they.
Well, but here's the thing with that. You got the aggressive blue cats they'll eat anything, and you got the flatheads that are the same way. They'll eat anything. When they all get big, if flatheads will get big enough, they can eat a 2-month-old child whole. You won't even know it. It'd be gone if the flathead's 150 pounds. And blue cats, they get that big, they get aggressive, and they'll eat whatever too. Because I have my name's in there for catching a 45-inch blue cat in 2023 down there next to Washington D.C. off of 495 Bridge area. They're at Block 10 down in there. I caught one in there in July a couple of years ago. That was a bitch carrying out. Oh my God, it was huge.
Oh yeah, I understand
You
that.
trying to walk a half a mile with that thing in that little cow's path trail that's down there? That was a nightmare.
Oh yeah, I understand that.
It was like 95-degree weather. Oh yeah. But it's like I told my friend, the only way you'll get your award if you keep it.
Mhm.
Said if you don't, you're not getting your reward
Mhm.
because they want you to keep it.
Mhm.
And I have mine posted on the wall.
Nice, good,
Yeah,
good, yeah.
because I kept it. He'll tell you I kept it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
because that's the only way you get your reward. Flatheads too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you keep them, you get your reward. But if you don't keep them, you won't get it because they're an invasive species.
Mhm.
And I had a guy catch a common carp here
Mhm.
over there somewhere over in Virginia side out back there in that stream over there. He shot one with a bow fishing silver carp. I said, I'll take that for bait.
Mhm.
He was just gonna throw it away. I said, hey, you pass that bait on over here. I said, that's the best catfish bait you'll ever have.
Mhm.
I went down to Washington D.C., fished at the lighthouse with him, filled up the ground sack bag full of
Oh,
blue
yeah.
cats,
Yeah.
using invasive species to catch one.
Yeah, that works.
Oh, me and my mother, we had a blast.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The game warden down there, he liked it.
Yeah,
He said,
yeah.
that's what I like.
Here's big old blue I caught a few weeks ago.
Oh, nice. That is beautiful. Oh my goodness. How many pounds was he?
We figured about 75, 80 pounds.
Oh my goodness.
We caught 7 that day.
Man, that's a nice size.
Yep.
So you guys are doing some good work. Definitely.
Well, we have a tendency, and he will too. We'll keep the big ones.
Yeah.
We will. My nephew pitches at me for it, but like I told him, but he don't understand about what those big fish do.
Mhm.
The small fish don't survive.
Mhm.
If you got a whole river full of big ones,
Mhm.
what are they going to feed on?
Mhm.
They're going to die out
Mhm.
until there ain't none left.
Mhm.
What will be left? They'll multiply, and then it can't get aggressive anymore because now it'll take 50 years to get where they were.
Mhm.
Here, same way. Water table's low like this.
Mhm.
Those flatheads, the big ones, they'll come up through that 6 feet or 7 feet of water that's out there. Because when it's this low, it's what it is. 6, 7 feet all the way down. Down in that stone wall out there, 13-foot hole out there. That 13-foot hole could easily house 100-pound flathead. Easily. But with no remorse.
Altogether, I think we caught like 60-some just blues
Oh, nice.
that
Okay.
day.
Yeah.
And all we used was nothing but chicken breast and garlic spray.
Really?
You
Chicken
think
breast and
garlic's
spray.
bad, you get a whiff of that spray once.
Interesting.
That's rank.
Oh, okay. Huh.
So yeah, unfortunately, it's just one of them. I've gone down there and fished in some of them fishing tournaments down there early in the year.
Yeah.
From Catfish Mafia. But back in the day when I went, I used to go when it was Catfish Nation with Tim Hagen, because he started it in 04, and I've been at it 20 years with him, with the fishing those tournaments. But I haven't gone once here, once there. But we went to a tournament down there. It was in March. I had 26 freshwater suckers for bait. Come on.
He's playing with it.
I wish. The last one I should have had.
Yeah.
I had him hooked, but he got off.
Well, I would definitely.
That's right there.
Right there? Okay, yeah. Bang. Okay. Garlic formula. Huh. Okay.
Not almost as bad as a skunk.
Really? Oh, man. Okay.
Well, why don't you spray some on your bluegill, see what happens.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, being I had 26 of them for bait.
Yeah.
Guy looked at me and said, I'll take one of those. You'll take one. I said, what do you think you're going to get with that one? Well, I'm going to put him on hold. I said, well, I ain't putting mine on hold. What do you mean you're not? Nope. What do you mean? I ain't putting mine on hold. Why not? Nope. I'm chopping mine up. This is fresh bait. I said, you can't get fresh bait when it's alive. I said, that's the freshest you can get it. Tell you what. I only could use one pole. One rod. The whole 8 hours. I was fishing off the bow of the boat. And I could not use no more than one rod. Because that one rod. And I do what lots of people don't do. It looks like I'm topwater fishing with a piece of chunk bait. But the waters come like this, it's not topwater. So it sits down there and steadily goes down. The catfish, the blue catfish in the tournament, I caught so darn many of them, my arms were wore out.
That's pretty good.
Between my uncle and I, we caught 130
Oh my goodness, yeah.
in a fishing tournament. I caught a 47 pounder and a 41 pounder. I finished second place. I was 1 ounce away from first. I mean, yeah, like 0.1. And they said, you caught them all on that sucker? Yes, every one of them. I said, they're like, man. He said, that's why. And one guy said, I had a pair of binoculars. He said, I went like this. He said, I just kept seeing you pulling fish in after fish after fish. You decided you wanted to move. You picked up anchor, moved down about 500 yards, dropped the anchor in, tore them up some more, then moved it down another 500 yards. Then he turned around there to ask me, were you following the fish? Well, I said, if I was, I ain't telling you.
Yeah.
So we get to this other spot towards the docks for the final spot. We were so wore out, I said we were stopping at 2:30, even though we had another hour to go. Oh my God, yes. We get to the last spot, 41, 47 pounder, and one guy bitch said, that was my fish. I said, how's it your fish when he's on my line? But it's not, but I got a Carolina skip. Everybody likes it. Just that it's a popular boat down at the bay. Yeah, my nephew wants me to sell it. I notion of wanting to do that because he wants to do more fishing tournaments and do fishing tournaments up at this area. It takes a boat with a jet prop to it to get in them smaller areas where everybody catches them flatheads at, the bigger ones. That's an option. I told him. I said I could easily sell it down in the bay with no problem. I said, but yeah. Well, unfortunately, yeah.
Well, it sounds like you guys are doing pretty well.
Well, we've been here. Let's see.
We got here about 8:30, 8:45.
Yeah, we've been here almost 3 hours.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No.
It's a nice size for the time you've been out here.
Yeah. Well, we've been. My nephew and I in Iowa, we have our own YouTube channel, East versus West Fishing out there. Yeah, and we've been trying to get it. We are we are so close trying to get it monetized. Yeah, YouTube right now, they just keep denying us. But I think if we keep trying, they're going to eventually.
How many followers do you have right now, or subscribers?
Almost 5,000.
Okay. For them to monetize it, I can't remember. There's a cutoff. There's a certain number you need to have before they'll monetize it.
We got 10,000 watch hours.
Okay.
We do have that. Okay. We got all the criteria. We don't need one person was watching. One who was watching. Probably my nephew.
Yeah. Because if you're doing a really long form where you're doing a lot of live stuff, usually there's only so many people that are going to tune in for that. So if, like, say, for example, your demographic that you have is 30-year-old males, right, or 50-year-old males.